to the High School Football Pigskin Show. I'm your host, Michael Anderson. Over the last 4 seasons, the Lee County Trojans have an overall winning record of 4 winning seasons, 3 straight playoff appearances to include a region championship in 2013. In 2014, Lee County, one of the smallest schools, was moved into Region 1 Class 6A. And to many Region 1 fans' surprise, coming out of one of the hardest regions in the state, the Trojans advanced to the playoffs. The Trojans clinched a 3rd seed playoff spot and advanced into the 2nd round in the playoffs last year. As you can understand from this success, there's a lot of excitement in Leesburg about the Trojans' upcoming season. The Trojans lost a few good players due to graduation, such as wide receiver Quimley, 3 leading rushers, safety Chris Melton, linebacker Destrick Green, and kicker Mike Langston. Despite this, the Trojans have plenty of D1 talent returning for this upcoming season. Garrett Morrell returns to the quarterback position. He was awarded All-Region First Team last year. He threw for over 2,500 yards last year. He was the Albany Herald Player of the Year last season, and Morrell looks to better his stats this coming season. It is reported that he's being shown interest from Troy, Southern Miss, MTSU, FAU, Marshall, and Georgia State. The Trojans returned track star wide receiver Trey Eford, who's one of the top 100-meter sprinters in the state. He had 9 touchdowns last season. It is reported that he's being shown interest from Troy, Central Michigan, Cincinnati, Southern Mississippi, and Georgia Southern, my alma mater. Wink, wink. I'm just kidding, but he is being shown interest from Georgia Southern. Also returning after a reported year of absence is D1 talent wide receiver Devontae Say. He's being shown interest from Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky. On the offensive line, the Trojans will have to replace the interior of their offensive line. However, D1 offensive lineman Chris Barnes returns to anchor the line. He's a 4-year starter and it is reported that he committed to UGA, yes, the University of Georgia. At the other offensive tackle is college prospect Jacob Baker, who returns to further enforce the offensive line. It was reported that he's receiving a lot of interest from colleges. Despite losing their 3 leading rushers, the Trojans appear to be excited about their young, new talent at running back. The Trojans are led by their 4-star D1 prospect, defensive tackle Aubrey Solomon. Solomon is returning and is back healthy from missing half of the football season last year. He's a 6'5", 295-pound junior defensive tackle who's getting a lot of interest from ACC and SEC schools. It's reported that he's getting interest from the University of Florida, Florida State University, University of South Florida, UGA, Clemson, Tennessee, USC, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, University of Kentucky, Purdue, Alabama, Auburn, among other schools. 3-year starter Colin Tinsley, who's one of the top 220-pound wrestlers in the state, returns to the defensive end. It's reported that he's receiving interest from Alcorn State, Campbell, and the Citadel. With the loss of linebacker Destrick Green, Cole Maxwell steps in at the very important position of middle linebacker. It was reported that Maxwell was Green's understudy for 2 years, so this appears to be a great fit. Ronald Wilson, Trey Grace, and Chris Caldwell returns to the outside linebacker position to give his linebacking core a lot of experience. It is reported that Ronald Wilson is getting interest from colleges too. The secondary is led by 3-year starter, all-region free safety New Mizajon. D1 prospect William Bryant returns to the corner spot. It is reported that he's receiving a lot of interest from Arkansas State and Wyoming. Junior A.J. Jones is another returning starter. One of the biggest talents in the secondary is returning sophomore Otis Reese, who stands an imposing 6'3" and weighs 195 pounds. He's receiving interest from Louisville, Central Michigan, Troy, and USF. It is reported as many as 30 colleges came out to watch the Trojan spring practice. With all that D1 talent on this Trojan team, it is understandable why they were there. The Trojan defensive line, the linebacking core, the secondary all look solid with plenty of talent returning. The offense looks good at the quarterback position with Morrell returning. The running back position is young, so they're going to have to develop their running backs, but there's a lot of excitement about those young running backs. The offensive line returns 2 talented linemen, but the interior of the line will have to be replaced. The wide receiver core looks really good. The Trojans have all the ingredients for success this football season. If they can plug and fill successfully at running back and the interior of the offensive line, I feel that they can make the playoffs and be one of the contenders for the Region 1 crown. The Trojan tests include playing Westover, Worth County, Colquitt, Tiff, Lowndes, Valdosta, and Camden. One thing is clear, Region 1 will be a formidable force in the state of Georgia this year.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take me to your football game.
Do the Harlem Shake.